What's up, guys? Welcome back to Picture Breakdown. This is my breakdown of What If Episode 6, What If Killmonger Rescued Tony Stark? I'm going to be going through this episode shot by shot, featuring visual details, hidden references, as well as any background information that you might need to know. But first, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and notification bell to be notified for every future What If episode breakdown. Spoiler warning for What If Episode 6. Alright, so we open with Tony in Afghanistan after his presentation of the Jericho missile.
Okay, laugh. Hey!
Is it cool if I take a picture with you?
Yes, it's very cool. Please, no gang signs. No, throw it up, I'm kidding. Yeah, peace. I love peace. I'd be out of a job with peace.
This is depicted the same exact way as the scene from Iron Man 1.
Is it cool if I take a picture with you?
Yes, it's very cool. I don't want to see this on your MySpace page. Please, no gang signs. No, throw it up, I'm kidding. Yeah, peace. I love peace. I'll be out of a job with peace.
They meet at a press conference, and Christine Everhart asks a question. She's someone we've actually seen before. We've seen her in Iron Man 1 and Iron Man 2, and then most recently we saw her in What If Episode 4 on the TV. Killmonger reveals that Obadiah Stane was the person who put the hit on Tony by the 10 rings, and security's called. Happy comes over and knocks Obadiah out cold, which could be a reference to Happy's boxing career in the comics, as well as him in Iron Man 2. Tony makes Killmonger the new COO of Stark Industries, and he says that they'll be like
Butch and Sundance.
They died at the end, Tony.
Okay.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid were a leader of a group of outlaws back in the Old West, and they were killed during a shootout. Pepper meets with Rhodey, and notice that he's played and looks like Don Cheadle instead of Terrence Howard, who actually played Rhodey during this time in Iron Man 1. Killmonger proposes that they build drones that people won't have to be the ones firing the weapons in war, which seems like it could be a reference to Iron Man 2, when Hammer Tech tried to do the same thing, but they were in the end taken over by Ivan Vanko Whiplash. Killmonger then gives Tony his ring made of vibranium that was given to him by his father, and when Tony scans it, it shows a hologram. This is the same hologram that showed up when Tony discovered vibranium back in Iron Man 2. Rhodey goes to get some vibranium from Ulysses Claw, and when Black Panther comes in after the vibranium, Killmonger comes in and kills him and Rhodey with this.
Dark R&D is no joke. The sonic taser thing is legit.
A more weaponized version of the thing Obadiah used to stun Tony to take his arc reactor back in Iron Man.
You remember this one, right? It's a shame the government didn't approve it. There's so many applications for causing short-term paralysis.
We see the caskets for Rhodey and T'Challa, and on T'Challa's casket there are some Wakandan letters that translate to Wakanda Forever, obviously the famous line by the Wakandans. Wakanda Forever! Tony sets the drone on Killmonger because he killed Rhodey, and while that's happening we cut to Tony. On his face he has a look of utter hatred, and only for a few frames he twitches with a look of something that looks like it could be a villain, determined to get revenge for the death of his best friend. Killmonger kills Claw and brings him to the Dora Milaje and says,
I come with the gift, an offering of justice. For I am N'Jadaka, son of Prince N'Jobu.
This is a reference to him doing a similar thing back in Black Panther.
Just a little gift.
And then also later when he says who he is back in the throne room.
Ungubani, Indingu N'Jadaka, Unyanaka N'Jobu.
He then proposes that they close the Force shields after the drones get inside Wakanda, and King T'Chaka says to his wife, Queen Ramonda,
What say you, General?
which means that before Okoye became the general of the Dora Milaje, it was actually Queen Ramonda. The Stark drones lose the battle against Wakanda, and General Ross says,
Destroyers are circling the African coast. I want all Jericho missiles locked and loaded by 0600.
Yes, sir.
Destroyers are the extremely dangerous warships, and the Jericho missiles, as I was saying earlier, are the missiles developed by Stark Industries and displayed by Tony in Iron Man 1.
For your consideration,
the Jericho.
Alright, so that was a good episode. It kind of seemed to be a mix of references between Iron Man 1 and Black Panther, and it was cool to see the different callbacks to each one. This episode did seem to be pretty dark overall, with Killmonger backstabbing and ultimately killing off anyone who seemed to be teaming up with, but it was definitely not as dark as the last 3 episodes of What If. First of all, there was definitely less body count in this one than the other ones, with the 3rd episode brutally murdering all of the Avengers, and episode 4 killing off the entire universe of Doctor Strange, and then last week's episode where pretty much the entire world was turned into zombies. Killmonger is widely known as one of the best MCU villains we've gotten so far, and this was a very good way to get to know his character more without having to raise him back from the dead. Overall, very solid episode, really enjoyed it, but let me know down in the comments what you thought. Before you go, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to be notified for every future What If episode breakdown. If you enjoyed this week's breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button, it's super helpful for the channel, and if you know someone who's watching What If, please consider sharing this with them. Put down any questions or comments and let me know if you enjoyed this week's episode. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next breakdown.
Please, no gang signs. No, throw it up, I'm kidding. Yeah, peace. I love peace. I'd be out of a job with peace.